First thing you want to do is you want to start off with 1 cup of butter or margarine. Also, I'm using the ingredient thing on this, on like a regular store-bought brand of oats. Come on, focus. It's not focusing. Just let it focus for you. Oh, it's not focusing. Okay, well, I'm using just a regular thing of oats. Let's zoom out just a little bit for you guys, because I want you guys to see everything that I'm doing for this recipe, because it is my first time doing this recipe. Let's see if it will focus now. And this is what I'm using. There you go. I'm using this recipe. I've never done oatmeal cookies before, but I'm doing it today. So I started off 1 cup of butter, and it's had time to pretty much get soft. And this is Smart Balance butter, so you want to make sure you use a good butter, or you can use whatever kind of butter of your choice. But I tend to use good butter, so mine is kind of melting already. So I don't have my mixer on hand, so I'm just going to start off by creaming the butter. Now, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my cookie sheet, because I don't want to break it or anything. So I'll start off by creaming the butter. Now, it's not yet creamed, but it's most definitely easy to cream. Sorry about the scraping noise, you guys. For those of you that are irritated by this noise, please don't watch this part. Fast forward. Okay, look at that. It's really starting to get somewhere. Now I take my spoon. I kind of rotate from a spoon and a fork. Next thing that the recipe calls for is to use 1 cup of sugar. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some alterations. Sorry about the squeakiness. My cabinet's a little squeaky. I'm going to make some alterations with this recipe. I'm going to use natural sugar, water crystals, or you can use the organic one. I have both. I love them both. I'm going to use natural crystals. Do 1 cup natural crystal sugar. Let me show you guys what I'm doing. I don't know if you can see this, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, I spilled some. Clean your mess once you're done, because I'm making a mess. I'm just going to do it inside the bowl. And excuse the noise if you hear my baby crying, because he's not down for a nap, so he's going to be crying, and I'm going to have to take a pause in the video, so excuse the noise. Okay, now I guess we can go ahead and use the spoon for this. Now, we want to cream this. That's 1 cup. But we need another cup. So I'm gonna add, actually I've been thinking about adding just a tap of agave, but the agave kind of scares me. I'm really not for sure about the whole agave thing. This is the agave that I was planning on using, organic blue agave, but I'm not for sure about it. But I think we'll go ahead and give it a shot. I think it's like a ½ a cup of agave per cup. I think that's pretty much. So, or I'm not for sure. I think it's possibly a ½ of a cup per cup. So I'm going to go ahead and pour my agave in here, because I really don't want to use that much sugar. That's a ½ a cup per cup of sugar. So I'm going to pour this in. It's going to be liquidy, but I'm sure it will thicken up with the flour and the oats. So that's not a concern. Look, it's not even that bad. Look at this mixture. This mixture is pretty much perfect to me. Okay, so it's cream butter, or margarine and sugars until smooth, and beat eggs in vanilla. So I'm going to get my eggs out, and I'm going to show you guys how I pretty much measure my eggs. Okay. Calls for 2 eggs. 2 eggs. I pretty much crack my eggs like this. I use the same cup that I was using just to make sure no shells go in there. Because if it does go in there, I can easily just pop it out. But I'm a pretty good egg cracker. Like, I'm perfect at egg cracking. So, ooh, is that a shell? Oh no, I thought that was a shell. You want to beat eggs. You want to beat eggs. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and beat in 2 eggs and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to come back to you guys in a second and show you guys the mixture afterwards. Okay, so here's my mixture after I mixed in 2 eggs and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Also, a little gauge on your vanilla for whatever vanilla you have. If you don't have a teaspoon thing, what you could do is, it's exactly, to me, a teaspoon by using the top of the lid. To me it is. So just use the top of your lid of vanilla. So I'm going to go ahead and mix in 2 cups of flour, any flour of your choice. I'm going to substitute since it's 2 cups of flour, I'm going to do 1 cup of regular flour, and then which normally I do whole wheat, but I don't have any whole wheat on hand. So I'm going to do 1 cup of regular flour along with 1 cup of garbanzo bean flour in here. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix in that, and then I'm going to mix in the 1 tablespoon and a half of cinnamon, and how much baking soda? 1 tablespoon and a half cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Yeah, I'm going to do 2 cups of flour, which is 1 cup of regular flour, 1 cup of garbanzo bean flour, a tablespoon and a half of cinnamon, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. And I will show you guys how it is once it is done. Okay, you guys, here's what it looks like after I mixed in the flour, cinnamon, baking soda, and salt. So here's the batter, what it looks like. It's very thick, and honestly, it smells really good. I did half regular flour and half garbanzo bean flour, and it smells awesome. You can also substitute it for brown rice or whatever you prefer. I've never done it before, so don't get mad at me if it doesn't come out good. But this is just my take on half garbanzo beans, so I wanted to add a nutritional boost to mine. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add 3 cups of oats. So I'm going to add 3 cups of oats. I'm not going to use this one because it's closed. I'm going to use my big tub that's pretty much open, old-fashioned oats. And then I'm going to add 3 cups of this and a half a cup of raisins. It doesn't call for raisins, it actually calls for nuts. But I'm just going to do a half a cup of raisins. I also have cranberries, but I want to do raisins. So yeah, I'm going to mix all of that in, and I will show you guys once it is done. So I'm mixing in my last cup of oatmeal. Here's the last cup of oatmeal. I'm mixing this in. So it was 3 cups of oatmeal. Just mixing that in. Oh my gosh, you guys, it smells so good. It smells different. I'm pretty positive it smells just a tad bit different from your average because of the garbanzo bean flour in it. This side's a little thinner than that side. Then I'm just going to go ahead and add my half a cup of raisins. Now, this is my own measurement, you guys. You can add more if you want, but my own measurement for an average amount of it is a half a cup of raisins. I honestly hope these turn out good, you guys, because if they don't, I'm going to be like angry. Okay, so here's my batter. It's a good thick cookie batter, and I'm going to show you guys basically them after they're done, or when I'm putting on the cookie sheet, but we'll see. yeah. Okay, now the recipe says to drop by round amounts. Get a different spin. I don't think it's the right one. It says drop by rounds onto the cookie sheet. Like, I'm gonna do little round spoonfuls first. Like, I'm gonna do it like that first. It says it makes 6 dozen. I don't know how many it makes, but I'm just gonna do rounds. I think I'm gonna start off with just 6, maybe. Yeah, with just 6. Because I honestly don't even know if these are gonna be good or not. I got my oven preheated to 350. And this is just my version. I'm always doing alterations to recipes to make it healthier because me and my sister were kind of health freaks before, especially before I got pregnant. I was like this health freak. So yeah, so here's the cookies out on the tray. I'm gonna bake them and I'm gonna show you guys them after they're baked. And then yeah. Hold on, you guys. Let me go check on this baby. Okay, so here's my cookies, and yeah, I did something a little bit different. What I did was I added another 1/4 cup of oats because I felt like my batter was a little runny. And another thing that I did is, sorry, he's on the floor, so I have to watch him. Another thing that I did was I flattened them down with the spoon because when they were balls, they came out muffin-like. I'm gonna show you what they came out. When they were in balls, they came out a little too muffin-like on the side. This one kind of got a little too dark. But, oops, it came out too muffin-like. But they're really good, you guys. They're so good. And you guys, like, they, like, literally, like, are so good. I let my baby try one because of the raisins are extremely soft in it. But they're so good. Especially with the nutrition in them. They are yummy. They're flatter now. Especially when they cool off, they get flatter. So, just flatten them down with a spoon and add another 1/4 cup of, to the batter, and if it doesn't come out to the way that you want it, just stick to the original. But yeah, they're so good. But anyways, this is a healthy oatmeal recipe, and stick to it if you want to eat healthy and get a serving of protein in every cookie.